Intuitive Sheepdogs, I'm so excited to be bringing this to you. So from this point on our podcast, it is going to be like an actual radio show, and we are going to be featuring music. And whose music would I want to feature other than a fellow police officer's? Nobody's. And this fellow police officer is a rapper. And listen before you turn your nose up. He's honestly one of the best rappers I've heard. You know I love rap. You know I try to rap. You know that I can't. You know that I think that I'm Nicki Minaj. And, this guy's name is Ariel Freeman. You can find him at One Time Music on Instagram. He gave us this song. He's allowing me to feature his song. It's called Baptized in Blue. I'm absolutely in love with it. His song is going to be at the end of this episode. If you don't even want to listen to my episode, skip all the way to the end, the last 4 minutes. That is going to be where his music is. Please have a listen. Support him. He's absolutely amazing. He has music all on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Everywhere. This guy's the real deal, and we need to help him. He is a brother in blue. We need to help him spread the word. I love what this guy is doing. Go check him out. Ariel, you're the man. What is up, Intuitive Sheepdogs? Welcome to another podcast episode with your host, me, Autumn Schmidt. As always, I'm very excited to be here, have you here. I wanted to make an episode for you. So the next few episodes, I'm probably going to be releasing quite a few pretty quickly, back to back, because I want you to be able to binge good stuff. I want good stuff going into your ears. You're out on the roads. You're doing busy things. You might even be quarantined home. You might be working from home. It doesn't matter what you're doing. You need good things to occupy your mind, to be occupying your brain, so that you do not fall into what everybody else is going into and what the media would have us all go into, which is complete chaos and utter fear and panic. Especially us. We're out there doing the things, and we're on the front lines, and it's more likely than not that we're all going to get this virus. And so we need to not be in panic. We need to stay grounded. So we're going to talk about some other shit. So this is what we are talking about. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what I think is going on. I'm going to give you an update on me. If you're unfamiliar, I just had my wisdom teeth out. So I think that I'm talking very good for that situation. But other than that, then I want to talk to you a little bit about what the universe is doing right now, what you can be doing, and how you can get into the flow with the universe, and whether you believe in God or the universe. And we're going to have that kind of conversation, and we're just going to have a conversation. This episode is really, we're going to talk about all sorts of shit. So first off, have any of you ever had your wisdom teeth out? Okay. If you have not, let me just tell you what I went through. So I've been putting this off for 3 years because I'm a baby, and I have never been put under the needle, so to speak. When I was in second grade, I jumped off my swing at my house and broke my wrist, and didn't cry because I'm tough, but I'm a baby, so and but I think they used laughing gas to put me out because I was so young. I'm not sure. And then I was young again at some time, and I had to have a tooth taken out, and they gave me laughing gas. So I have never experienced anesthesia. And if you've never experienced anesthesia, I want to talk to you a little bit about it, because it was scary, but it was a lot of unnecessary scariness that had happened to me. Okay. So, and you're going to have to forgive me. My mouth is still swollen. And it is extremely sore, and it is extremely hard for me to talk, which is why it's been a few days since I've released a podcast episode. But I'm sick and tired of not saying anything, so I'm going to say some stuff. So anyway, so my wisdom teeth, so I go in and I'm preparing. I went, so right before everybody was buying out the stores, I went and bought all this soft food. So I stocked up. The best thing that I have found that I love and I'm eating a lot of is honestly KFC mashed potatoes with gravy. Great. My husband made amazing butternut squash last night, and I'm telling you, that has been life, because And he actually just bought me some sweet potatoes too. And because you don't think that you're going to overdose on like mashed potatoes, but then you do. And you're like, because you eat them for 2 days straight, every single meal. And you're like, fuck, I need something else. Vanilla pudding. Oh my motherfucking word. That is so good. It just goes down so easy. So vanilla pudding. I have ice cream. I've got 3 different flavors of gelato ice cream. I went with gelato because it's softer and creamier. You don't want to get anything that like is in it because, you just want everything to be so soft. My husband did make a beautiful baked haddock last night. And because it's so soft, I could eat that. And I'm telling you, it was so fucking good because I haven't really been able to eat a lot of food. The good thing is I'm down. I know that I've lost weight. I don't know if I told you, but I threw out my scale. That's a conversation for another day. We will have that conversation. But I threw out my scale, so I don't really know how much I weigh, but I know that I've lost weight, which has been amazing. I didn't realize how carb heavy I really eat. I've eaten very carb heavy. I didn't realize that. And again, I'm going to have this whole other conversation on another podcast episode. So just lots of different realizations. It's been very interesting for me to kind of go through all of this during this time where everyone's kind of being chaotic. And I've had to like literally sit in a recliner for the like last couple of days and just fucking veg because I couldn't do anything. I've been going for walks, but they don't really want me to even do that because if it elevates my heart rate, then it increases the swelling, and swelling, if the swelling does go down, then you're not healing, blah, blah. Okay. So that's kind of like been my life. Been meditating, hanging out with my crystals, just doing all the spiritual shit. It's been really good. I've noticed that I did go on a social media a few times. I've like not skyrocketed. I downward spiraled and like just kind of scrolled on social media. And it really fucking wiped out me. It really wiped out my vibes. So I'm telling you right now to avoid that because it's stupid. And even if you're like, no, it's entertaining, it's really not. It's actually messing you up. It's putting you in a whole different energetic state. And you don't have time for it. Trust me. If you're hanging out with me and if you're listening to this podcast, you literally do not have time for the bullshit. You rise above. You are an intuitive sheepdog. You rise above with me, with others that are just like you. And we do not need to, be a part of that low vibe, low level shit. So I get put on so let me just tell you. So I go to the doctors. It's fine. I'm shaking like a leaf. I'm fucking shaking like a leaf. My palms are sweaty. My feet are sweaty. I'm like shaking. Hadn't eaten since midnight, but at 11:30 the night prior, I made sure I had a Rice Krispie treat and some saltines because I'm like, well, this is it for like the next 2 weeks. So fuck it. And then I couldn't eat past midnight or drink. So get in there at 9:00 and it was fine. They run where I go. It's all they do. It's a specialty like dentist office, which was really cool because they just knew. It was so awesome because like they just knew exactly what was going on. And so I get in the chair and my dentist, he's my specialist dentist. I've seen him one other time prior to this and he knows I'm a cop and he's like, are you packing? He's like, cause you can't shoot me. I'm like, I'm not packing. I'm fucking freaking. And he's like, all right, as long as you're not packing, we're good. And so he's like trying to lighten the mood, but it wasn't working. And then I'm like, listen, I'm really scared. And like right as I'm about to go out, he puts his hand on me and he goes, Autumn, I'm really scared too. I'm like, you fuck. So this is how it went. They get me in this chair. These 2 freaking nurses come in all like covered, which is probably because of like what's going on right now, but they were covered in like head to toe. And of like, I don't know what to call it, but like everything was covered. They had the mask, the gloves, the hair, the boots, everything. And I'm like, oh my God, like I feel this is like really not good. They like strap me down. They put me in a seatbelt. And I think it's because like when people wake up from anesthesia, like some people can like fight and they're like, oh yeah, this is just so you like sit up. And I'm like, okay, I'm being restrained. This is what we do to people who are combative. Like, what the fuck? But whatever, just go with the flow. And then he like numbs my arm. He puts this like numbing agent on like my elbow crease where they go to like stick the needle in. So that was cool. Didn't even feel that. And then he goes, okay, I'm going to give you some medicine to relax. I'm like, perfect. And then they're like, okay, here's your oxygen. Take a deep breath. Wasn't oxygen. I'm like, okay, out. I wake up. Next thing I remember, I just wake up and I'm in a chair and my mom's in with me. I'm like, hey, mom. And like, that was it. And truly, I made a YouTube video of me when I woke up, but I was nothing. I was not crazy. I was not funny. I was just a little I just seemed a little loopy. And like, that was it. They stitched me up. I don't even have holes in my teeth, although I do, like in my mouth. They just stitched me up. I guess I have like stitches in my gums. I don't know. So I called them today because I'm like, okay, like, can I get dry socket? And she's like, well, it's really fucking rare because like they put stitches in your gums. So like you don't really have like holes in your gums. She's like, so like it's really rare. Just after I eat, I have to gargle with salt and water and stuff. So overall, the experience hasn't been that bad. The pain medication I'm on is literally Tylenol and ibuprofen because I refuse to take anything else. He's like, well, you can take like oxycodone or whatever. And I'm like, hell no. Do you know what I do for work? Fuck no. No. I'm not getting addicted to that shit. No. And so he laughed and he was like, okay, well then just do this. And so I'm on that regimen, and you've probably seen multiple pictures of me with that like white tube. Looks like a white tube sock like around my face. They give it to you and you can put ice packs in it, and that's what I've been doing. Like as soon as I'm done this episode, I'm going to ice my fucking face because it hurts. So anyways, so there's that. And is it that bad? It's not that bad. My mouth is so small, you guys, that like the teeth needed to come out so bad because my crowding, the crowding in my fucking face is just, and my teeth is just unbelievable. I have such a small mouth, and they like, all the dentists are like, okay, open wide. And I'm like, and I do. And they're like, okay, open. I'm like, no, this is it. And they're like, really? I'm like, it's all I could do. What the fuck? Which is kind of ironic because you're probably like, you have a small mouth. Yeah, right. You got a big mouth. So I'm doing well on that area. Last night, Keela met a porcupine. And if you are unfamiliar with who Keela is my 11-month-old Belgian Malinois who is as high drive as they come, who is fucking crazy. And so she met her first porcupine last night, which was not great because then she has quills. She got quills all in her fucking face. And if you are familiar with taking quills out of a dog, that's nice. But if you are trying to think about what it's like to take quills out of a fucking 11-month-old Mally, that brings it to a whole new level. She did really good, actually, to be honest with you. We got most of them out last night. We had to finish getting one out today. We had to give her some Benadryl to calm her down. We called the vet and they were like, yeah, do that. Because otherwise we would have been going in and they would have had to sedate her anyway. So we did that. We got the final one out. So that's good. But yeah, so that just added to like my mouth was killing me last night. And like last thing Adam and I wanted to deal with was that. But I'm like, hey, I'm like, guess what? Like we're not paying attention to anything. It was like a 2-hour ordeal. I'm like, hey, we're not paying attention to like anything on the media. And he's like, yeah, great. I'm like, oh, this is a nice diversion. So it really wasn't. I was very stressed out. So we got that dealt with. Okay, so that's kind of the update on my life, in case you wanted it. I hope your life is going well. I've had a lot of clients reach out to me. So in case you didn't know, I've got a pretty solid book of clients, one-on-one clients, plus a program, plus here and there I take one-off sessions. It's just people who are like, hey, I really need a session. And so I take them. And so I'm pretty solid with my clients, which is amazing. And so like they're kind of reaching out to me. A lot of them are, and they're like, whoa, like what do I do? What's going on? Like, holy shit. What's cool is a lot of them are in the flow with the universe, which we're going to talk about in a minute. And so they're noticing very quickly when they get out of alignment and when they get out of the flow, and they're like, fuck, like this sucks. I need to get back in. Which is really huge. And that's like one of the best things that happens. Like when you become one with the big U, one with the universe, you can tell very quickly when you are like going with the flow and then like when you're not. And, So my biggest advice to them, and it's the same as you, is just go with the flow. The universe right now, here's what I believe is happening. Here's what I believe is going on in the universe. I really believe the universe is doing a purge of energy right now, not a purge of people, a purge of energy. And I think that it's going to get worse. It's going to blow up and then it's going to move away. Like that's literally kind of like feel like this is like this ticking time bomb. And we haven't even experienced what's really, I say give it a week. I keep telling my husband, I'm like, just give it a week because people aren't even fucking in quarantine yet. Now that we are just hitting quarantine, give it a week and everyone's going to go crazy. But listen, you don't have to go crazy. And this is where I want you to be, is where I'm at. Just be the witness of this. Be the witness of this. Understand that it's an energetic pull. It's an energetic thing. If you can get into the energy of the universe and you can get into the flow with the universe right now, then you're going to be able to survive. You're going to be able to experience this on a whole other level. It's going to be amazing. And when I say survive, I just mean you're going to be on a different level. So life or death, I just think it's going to be on a completely different level. There's been a lot of information going around with all these different conspiracies. I don't really believe in 99% of them. There was, I do believe she's a psychic by the name of Sylvia Brown, and she actually predicted this. And if you Google it, you can Google it right now, and she predicted that this would, in 2020, there would be this illness, and it was like a lung tuberculosis kind of thing. And as quickly as it would vanish. And then it's going to come again in the next in 10 years. It'll do the same thing, and then it'll be gone forever. But I think it's an energetic thing. I think that this energy is so strong right now, and it's just not, if you can't you can't be 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out the door. You're either all the way in fear and panic, or you're all the way in trust. And there's really no in between. And I think that due to everything that's going on, the universe isn't allowing you to be in between, which is just this beautiful thing. It's so beautiful if you look at it that way. I just want you to see that you have nothing to worry about, okay? It seems chaotic. It seems like you have so much to worry about right now and everything sucks, but you don't. I don't know what your specific situation is, and it can seem on the surface level fucking crazy, and maybe you have to stay home with your kids. Maybe you don't have any childcare right off the top of your head and this and that, but if you can lean in, if you can take, I just put out on Instagram, there's a guided meditation. It's 1 minute on this podcast. The last episode, I think, or a couple episodes back, is a 10-minute guided meditation. Follow it. Do it every day. Get in touch with yourself. Get in touch with your inner being. Stay there. Stay there. Okay. Stay with your universe. We'll do that. But stay with your intuition. Stay quiet in your head. Okay. Breathe deeply. Get out of your chest. Get out of your mind. Okay. Take deep breaths. Allow yourself to be who you are. Allow yourself to feel everything that you're feeling. But instead of being in worry and panic, just go to trust. If you believe, if God is who you believe in, then I want you to just believe and stay with God. If you're like me and God is the universe to you, stay with the universe. If you know that you have angels around you, which we all do, talk to your angels. Angels work on, they literally work on the law. Check that. They work on the laws of free will. And so they can't help you unless you go and you ask them for help. That's how they work. Okay. So it's really important that you invoke them and that you talk to them. And they're going to be with you. They will absolutely be with you during this time, but you have to ask them. Okay. This can be a really great time for you to get a fucking notebook and start journaling. In my Intuitive Sheepdog Club, right now, they're currently learning the science behind journaling. This would be a great time for you to dive into the Intuitive Sheepdog Club. I've got a payment plan. It makes it like $47 a month or something like that. It's a fucking fantastic time for you to come in, get your mind off everything else, and just inundate yourself with fucking amazing content, with stuff that's going to serve you right now and it's going to serve you for the rest of your life, and it can serve your family. When you focus on good stuff, when you focus on stuff that's going to lift you up, that's going to change your life, when you focus on that stuff, your life really changes. When you focus on all the shit that's going wrong, when you focus on the fear and the panic and everything you can't control, your life's going to go to shit. That's just how it is. It's called the laws of attraction. Like attracts like. Basic way I can put it. Okay? It's just how it is. And you know it. You know you've experienced it. I can't tell you how many cops come to me and they're like, within a week of working with me every single time, they're like, my life is fucking changed. My life has changed. I just want to tell you, okay, in a time of complete and utter fucking sheer panic, now is the time. There is no other source. There is no other way for you to feel better. There's no other way for you to trust. There's no other way for you to feel the best than leaning in to your source, whatever that is for you. Just to give you a little bit of clarity around that. So like when I talk about God, to me, God is the universe. God is infinite love. Okay. So I don't look at God as a person. I look at God as everything. If you look at the definition, if you go and Google the definition of God, it's I am, comma, that I am, meaning I am everything. So that's how I look at God. So I just want you to understand I use those words interchangeably, and that's what it means to me. And I'm not pushing my beliefs onto you, but literally, if whatever you believe in, we believe the same. We literally believe the same, right? The universe has our back. God has our back. Our angels. You look at Jesus Christ as, what you look at it as. I look at him as an ascended master. He's a master of energy. He's a master of this universe. And call on him to help you. If that's what makes you feel comfortable, call on him. I utilize him. He's around me a lot. I also work with Archangel Michael. That's Saint Michael in Christianity. I work with him 24/7. He is one of my guides, and I talk with him constantly. Talk with him, evoke him. Right now is a great time. I just want you to know, I'm just going to leave you. And I just want you to know that you're okay and everything's going to be okay. And you got this and you're a fucking badass. And hell, you're an intuitive sheepdog. Own that. Know that you're a leader. Know that you are a leader in any capacity possible. You are a leader. And just know that if you get afraid, go within. Okay. If you need some good stuff to binge, this podcast is it. I've put out over 100 episodes. My Instagram is full of amazing content. I've got the Intuitive Sheepdog program, which would be absolutely amazing for you. It's 8 weeks plus a bonus week, and there's so much bonuses. There's so much content in there. It'll change your life. If you're interested in that, I want you to reach out to me. I'll give you the information for it. I'll put a link in the show notes so you can check it out as well. If I can help anybody, as always, I'm always here. My DMs are always open. You can email me, autumn@autumnclifford.com. If you guys have questions, I want you to stay safe, stay vigilant, and stay intuitive.
They buried me in the water and I knew. Now I'm baptized in blue. I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. They buried me in the water in the Holy Ghost. I came out with a badge and gun and a heart that said never run. I signed up for a job you wouldn't dare to do. This ain't no green screen movie, don't compare the two. We look at your actions in the elements and everything relevant. If they line up, prepare to pay the consequence. You do dirt, you get cuffed, no bluff. It's ignorant to think we will shoot with your hands up if you the police. You feel the world is against you. Like every call you go to, people trying to tempt you. Well, Hail Mary, Hail Mary, Hail Mary. I ride on the devil, I ain't scary and I ain't worried. You want my life, come take it, it's gonna be a fight. I take you to the light, like Will and Bright. I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I can't explain the pain when I see a name on the wall. All I feel is rage, put me in a cage, let me brawl. Sometimes I can't help but cry, like why did he die? I know it was him, but it could have been I. What about the kids? What about the spouse? Yeah, now who gon' put food inside them babies' mouth? It's a bigger picture when I officer down. Domino effect, Blue Nation, family, country, and town. The media don't cover us. Well, maybe Fox, cause MSNBC and CNN surely don't care about cops. Politicians more concerned about protecting the legal instead of laying the law down and protecting the people. Let me get off my soapbox before I curse. I don't seen way too many cops riding in hearse. Well, I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. If I'm faced with a mission, I'm gonna complete it. If that means being deleted, I live with the credence. I do this for the combat vets and Leos. When I'm suited, ready to go, it's either friend or foe. Only Lord knows what my future's in store. I only kill with the hope to see more, so God don't close that door. If I take a life, it's him or me, with the hopes to survive, not bigotry. I go in situations that you cannot imagine, deal with things that you cannot fathom. Know it, but I'd rather fight for a cause than live for nothing. So when you read my headstone, you know I died for something. You hypersensitive, she complain by justified force. You blame the cops first, that don't work, you blame the courts. But I wouldn't expect you to understand what I do, only the thin blue line, cause they baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, I'm a winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a fighter, never winner, never quit. I refuse to lose. I got heart and I got grit. See, I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue. I'm a warrior that's been baptized in blue.